5 minutes here on Granada, after the news, will be the Queen's Christmas message to the Commonwealth.
Good afternoon. Tens of thousands of families across Britain and Ireland have had their Christmas ruined by storms which cut power supplies and brought havoc to the roads. Engineers have been working all day to try to restore power. In the worst hit areas, winds reached 90 miles an hour and the bad weather is predicted to continue. Joe Andrews reports.
Thousands of people in Northern Ireland, North Wales and North West England woke up to a miserable Christmas this morning after the worst storm in the area for 10 years. The winds, which reached more than hurricane force, ripped the roof right off this Colwyn Bay holiday camp. Lorries were thrown on their side in the gale and 2 women were killed in separate accidents when trees crashed onto their cars. This morning over 70,000 homes were without electricity. ManWeb called in extra staff to try to get power back to as many as possible by lunchtime. But it still left many with no prospect of a Christmas lunch.
We've got a decomposing turkey in the side of the house somewhere and wondering when we're going to cook it, but we'll probably have it tomorrow sometime.
But it's not just the people. At this Welsh zoo, the roof flew off the llama house during the night. And these gibbons had a narrow escape when a tree blew over close to the monkey house. This storm has brought Christmas misery to tens of thousands of people who will have to spend today without heating or light. And it may not be over yet. The forecast is for the winds to pick up again later on. Joe Andrews, ITN, North Wales.
In a few minutes' time, the Queen will deliver her most keenly awaited Christmas broadcast of recent years. 1997 has been marked by sadness at Princess Diana's death and the joy of the Queen's golden wedding celebrations. This morning, the royal family went to their traditional Christmas church service at Sandringham. Our royal correspondent, Nicholas Owen, reports.
Despite the Christmas smiles, this morning's church service at Sandringham was bound to stir memories of the late Princess of Wales. The royal family were on their way to the church where Diana was christened. Tribute was paid to her during the service. After it, the royal family were greeted warmly by a large crowd. There was a particularly affectionate reception for Diana's sons. Prince William, 15, now over 6 feet tall, and his 13-year-old brother Harry walked with their father on the way back to a royal Christmas lunch. It's now 3.5 months since Diana's funeral. There's bound to be reference to her and to the huge outpouring of national grief in the Queen's Christmas broadcast immediately after this bulletin. For the first time, the broadcast has been produced by ITN on behalf of ITV. A record number of countries will be tuning in. Also, for the first time, the Queen's message will be carried live by the American international news channel CNN. Nicholas Owen, ITN.
The Archbishop of Canterbury used his Christmas message to call for a caring church and a caring society. It was a sentiment echoed by Pope John Paul at the Vatican with an appeal to the wealthy not to forget the poor. Neil Connery reports.
On a windswept Christmas morning, the Archbishop of Canterbury arrived to deliver his annual message. He urged the church to remember its humble roots. Christmas was a celebration of a God who was with the disadvantaged.
Not absent from the poor, the broken-hearted, the refugee and the homeless. Not absent from the single mother, the person living on the breadline and the unemployed teenager.
In the sunshine of Rome's St. Peter's Square, Pope John Paul II appealed to the wealthy not to forget the poor. At times, the 77-year-old pontiff appeared tired and short of breath.
May the joy of Christmas and the peace with the birth of the Savior brings into the world be in your hearts forever.
The address, given in 56 languages, was broadcast to 70 countries. Neil Connery, ITN.
Some other news now. More than 200 air passengers and crew have survived a crash landing in Amsterdam. The Transavia Airlines plane skidded off the runway at Schiphol Airport. Everyone on board escaped through emergency chutes. It's thought gale force winds may have played a part in the accident. The former Zambian president, Kenneth Kaunda, has been arrested by paramilitary police. 73-year-old Kaunda, who led the country to independence from Britain in 1964, was implicated in an attempted coup in October. And 4 more people are thought to have come down with the deadly bird flu virus in Hong Kong. The disease has already killed 3 people and forced the Hong Kong government to ban chicken imports from China. That's all for now. In a moment, the Queen's speech. I'll be back at 10 to 6. Have a happy Christmas afternoon.